Hello everyone, my name is mandilynn. I'm the author of the young adult novel Essence and historical fantasy novel I Am Mercy, and happy Valentine's Day! This is the holiday where we celebrate love and romance and cheesy books. So I just wanted to talk about some of my favorite love stories, and I was only going to choose a few books, but then, I just kept picking up books and I realized I have a problem. So I kind of sort of narrowed it down, but not really. I feel like I'm going to mention books here today with my favorite love stories, but I also feel like I'm going to be missing a lot. So these are just some of my favorite love stories. In no particular order, the first book we have is If I Stay by Gayle Forman. It's a marvelous book, a marvelous movie. I just love the relationship between Mia and her boyfriend, whose name has left my head right now. I swear to God, I know this book like inside out. I just can't think of his name. Adam. That was his name. I love the relationship between Mia and Adam. I think it's a very realistic story, even though it's about her choosing if she wants to go or stay after a car accident. But I just love this book, and whenever I watch the movie, it makes me want to cry. This is like one of my all-time favorites. It's about to become a movie. I think any day out the movie's going to be available in the US. I'm not really sure. I have to investigate, but it's Fallen by Lauren Kate, and I don't know how the movie is gonna be. I have a really bad feeling they're kind of gonna butcher the story because it was such an amazing series, but I think they're only making one movie, so they're kind of cramming everything into one movie, which is really bad, but I can't wait nonetheless. This is about fallen angels. It's about Lucy and Daniel and their love story. Every time they kiss, she is supposed to die because he's an angel, she's a human, and every time she kisses, she dies, and then she gets reincarnated, and they always discover people, and then she dies. It's like this agonizing, but oh my god, it's like the best book. And if you haven't read this series yet, please do. By the time you get to the fourth book, you're gonna thank me, because the fourth book is like amazing. It's phenomenal. Okay, you guys are gonna kill me for this one, but Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. This is the book that got me into reading in the first place, and I can't ignore the fact that this is like one of my all-time favorite love stories. Yes, I look back now and I'm like, wow, that's really cheesy. But like, you can't ignore all the little sticky notes and tabs that I have, and just all my little favorite quotes. And I feel like I need to reread this now, because now I'm like, oh, I remember Edward and Bella, and he tried not to eat her. And it's cheesy, but it's a classic to me. It's a classic. And then we have The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I remember I didn't really like this book at first. I think because it had so much hype to it. I read it and I'm like, oh, it's just like a normal book. But now I've really kind of appreciated the novel and the story. Not to mention the movie did indeed make me cry. They've been doing some good jobs with some of the movie adaptations. But it's about two kids, two like teenagers who have cancer, and they fall in love, and I don't want to give any spoilers. One of my all-time favorite books, Every Day by David Levithan. It's about this boy slash girl slash not gendered person who every day wakes up in someone else's body. But then one day he falls in love with this girl, and every day he's trying to find her. And it's a real love story, and I don't have a good way of explaining it. But this book just stuck with me, and it's continued to stick with me. Not so much because of the love story, but because, I don't know, the content of it? I don't know. I just really like this book. If you haven't read it yet, please do. Next is The Selection Series by Kiera. And I just recently finished reading this entire series, and I was obsessed. Like, I have never gone through an entire series so fast. It's just such like a sweet like princess prince story. Yeah, at the same time, it's not at all, because you have a prince who's trying to choose out of like, 20-something girls, which one he wants to marry, and you're like, you asshole, why are you doing that? Just choose her. But he couldn't choose her because she didn't even know she wanted to be a princess. And it was just, there's so many moments when I was reading this book where I was like, oh my god, and then I literally almost started crying in one of the books, and that was the third book in the series, towards the end. If anyone who's heard the series, you know which part I'm talking about. Is the part that I literally was about to bawl my eyes out. But I love this book. I can't explain why. It's so cheesy, and when people were asking me what book I was reading that I couldn't stop reading. I'm like, the selection. It's about princesses. I was like, oh, I was embarrassed, but it was, this is such a good series. And last but certainly not least, I think this might actually be one of my favorite of the love stories. This is Love, Rosie by Cecelia Ahern. It's a movie. I did not allow myself to watch the movie until I read the book because it was such a good book. It's literally just correspondence. It's like letters and text messages and emails between these two, like almost star-crossed lovers, but not really. These two people are in love from, not like love, but they've known each other since they were children. And, you know, they kind of always liked each other, but they both ended up marrying different people. I believe one of them moved to a different country, but they still kind of sort of stay in contact. Then they both end up divorcing and they both meet up again. It's just like, oh, it's such a good book. Like, I'm not one for straight up romance like this, but this just blew me away. Anyways, those are some of my top romance reads. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous Valentine's Day so far. If you don't have someone special to spend it with, just pull up a good book and cuddle in for the night. Thank you for watching and give this video a thumbs up.